Okay, so today I'm going to go through how to solve for mass and volume. We know how to solve for density, right? That's mass divided by volume. But in the assignment for today, sometimes you're given the density and have to solve for the mass, and sometimes you're given the density and have to solve for the volume. So let's take a look at that. And if I were you, I would scroll down to the end of my assignment and take some notes. So if density equals mass divided by volume, what if we have to have the density and have to solve for the mass or volume? So essentially we have to solve for another unknown, another variable. So we have the density and we have to solve for the mass. We would begin with the original formula of density equals mass divided by volume. If density equals mass divided by volume, we would have to divide both sides by the mass. So to solve for volume, it would be density divided by mass. Does that make sense? You guys are all in pre-algebra, so you should know, you should be able to solve a one-step equation here. So if we divide this side by mass and this side by mass, this leaves the volume all by itself on this side of the equal sign, and then that brings the mass over here, so it'd be density divided by mass is volume. I would put that in your notes. What if we have density and mass and have to solve for volume? Again, we'll begin with the original formula of density equals mass divided by volume. Then at this time, because it's mass divided by volume, we would have to multiply both sides by volume. So once we multiply this side by volume, this goes away. And we multiply this side by volume, we get density times volume equals mass. Is there any questions on that? No questions on what I just went through. You guys put those formulas in your notes. Okay. So this actually counts as a test grade because I don't want to push the assessment into next week. So this is your assessment. So use a calculator, take your time, make sure you're filling out every square. So you're gonna have to put whatever formula you're solving with here. You're going to have to put the variables. So here you're given volume. So you'll have V equals 2,270 cubic centimeters, and then you're given mass here, so then you'll put mass equals 454 grams. You're going to show the problem as you set it up, and you're going to give the answer including the unit. If you don't have the unit, I am not counting it correct. So make sure you're putting units for every part of this problem. So you will have, you have 4 of these to fill out. And then down here, you're given mass and volume. You're going to calculate density. And if you go back to the very top, it gives you the density of different substances. You will need to then identify the substance based on the density. Again, down here, you need to make sure that you are putting your units, so that these aren't just numbers, but they are actual measurements. Any questions? Okay.